Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I have a little project and I'm having quite a day because I already filmed this once and realized when I tried to edit it that halfway through my camera cut out. So this is the second time around. So these are already done, these ones that I did in the last video, but I'm just going to show you the two of them that I did already, and then I'll go through one with you. So they're just little matchbook notepads. And I got this idea, I was looking on Pinterest the other night and they were doing Post-it note, covers. And so they were doing like the matchbook cover for Post-it notes. But Post-it notes are too thick for junk journals, and generally you don't necessarily want something like a Post-it note because of the color and also the sticky and all that. Anyway, so I just kind of came up with my own thing and did my own measurements and all that, but it just was the inspiration for this. So I made a big one, and then in my journal that I did the other day with you guys, I added one just as kind of a fun little add-on, but I did this little one with a paper clip. So it matches that journal that I showed you guys the other day, and it's just kind of an add-on to it. So I will show you how I did that. Super simple, just kind of a fun little different way of doing it. And of course this isn't a new idea, the whole matchbook thing, but I just haven't seen it a lot, so I thought I'd give it a try. So anyway, the big one measures, the large size is 8.5, it's 8.5 long by 3 wide, and then I scored it at 3/4, and then from the 3/4 mark I came up to 4 inches and scored it again, and then I scored it the final time at 4.25 inch. So this is just a 1/4 inch gusset right here, and then you get that fold like this. Okay, all right, so then I just cut up some, I just have, sorry, that's not part of it. Coffee stained, this was graph paper, and some ledger paper and that kind of thing, and so I'm going to put those in there. And you could coffee stain the ledger as well. I just didn't do that, but you could definitely do that, and it would look really cool. Or you could ink it or whatever. Sorry, I was looking for my stapler. And it works well to staple them. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it's no problem at all. So you just try to get them, evened up, get them in there as best you can in the middle. And then you need to staple kind of near the bottom, and you can't see on this because I've covered it with the ribbon and paper on the back, but the staple is down here pretty low because otherwise that flap isn't going to tuck in there if you staple it too high. So you kind of want to get it centered as well as you can and get it kind of near the bottom. See, about, it's lower than it is higher, so that way it fits right into that little thing. And so I'm going to stick that in there, and then I've got some things I wanted to use to decorate that with. And I've just been going through my stuff that I have, just images and things like that for Christmas. I'm going to do another junk journal that is a little bit more traditional as far as colors, the red and the green, but it's still going to be a lot of the Victorian Santas and things like that. And so it'll tend towards the shabby chic look, but it's not going to be the pinks and blues and all that, but it's still going to have lace and those type of things. Alright, and I know the whole inking thing is boring, but I didn't get a chance to get all these inked up after, messing up the first time, so just a quick ink on them. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's been pretty nice weather here. It's cooled off a little bit again, and it's nice. It got cool and then got hot and then got cool. It's just back and forth all over the place. And we're gonna have a busy weekend. We've got marching band competition coming up, and it's a big one, so you probably won't see me after today until next week. And I rounded the corners on these big ones, but on the little ones I left them pointed, and you could do it however you want to do it. And I just realized I'm going to have to round the corners of this when I'm done, because I forgot to do that. But yeah, you're just going to cover that up. Then I'll get my corner rounder. Got that on there a little crooked. You know, I'm just going to do it with my scissors because I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, I just thought these would be kind of fun in a journal to have. And if you don't make them too thick, then they're not going to add too much bulk. I mean, there's a little bit of an extra fold at the top, but I don't think it's too awful because they kind of squish down a little bit. So that's going to go up there. A lot of these images, if I didn't print them out of those books that I've shown you, like for you know, the angels that I did and some other things, those Memories of a Lifetime books, then I've most likely probably gotten these, because these are all old, out or from Pinterest, because that's pretty much what I used to have as my go-to. I didn't do digital images until just recently, so most likely they came off of Pinterest. But there's lots of places now where you can find cool images. And I like this right here because it says Christmassy, and I know I cut part of it off, glued them on there, but I don't know, it's just kind of cool. And I'm just taking a piece of doily that I ripped and had, you know, left over from my last journal. Putting that on there. I'm going to tuck it in here. Okay, and then I have part of a silk flower. It's just one section of it. I just pulled out the center, you know, and I'm going to put it right there. And then I have this little itty bitty green pom-pom, and these are kind of hard to find, so I think you can get them at Hobby Lobby because they seem to have the most, but finding the darker colors can be hard, so I apologize for that. It's just something that I've had for a while. I use them a lot of times with my needle felting projects. I like little things like this to decorate, especially when I start doing Christmas ornaments. So I had them in my stash. Okay, and then like I said, I covered up that staple, and you don't have to because I don't think that it looks bad. I just, I like, you know, putting the rickrack on there. It's kind of fun. So I'm going to do just a little bit more. You could add all kinds of things. I mean, like, you could do lace, like I put that lace on the little shabby chic one. You could put more paper down here if you wanted to layer it more. You could also fill these with some scraps, you know, kind of like those scrap books like Nick the Booksmith has done, and I did that envelope filled with scrap. You could do the same thing and they would be fun. Happy Mail or something like that. I'm just putting a little ink on this ribbon just so that white isn't quite so wow. Okay, so that's another one. And on this one, I had this crocheted flower that my sister made, and I added one of those bulb pins and just a jingle bell. And then the, I put ribbon and rickrack on that one. So, and then the back's covered as well. And I'm going to cover the back of this one with this yellow. I just need to distress it a little bit. This piece is a little thinner. I think that, I'm hoping it'll cover the staple and be okay. But thicker might be a little bit better, but this is just some scrap that I had. Trying to use up some of my scrap because it just starts to like take over. You just keep cutting paper and it gets a little crazy. So I'm trying to use some of it up. And I have no idea what paper this was from. I've had it for years. Nothing that you can get right now. It was a real like distressed grouping of paper. Christmas paper. But I mean, you can use anything. Just use up what you got for these little projects like this. They're just kind of fun to make. Thought you guys might like it. So yeah, see, I don't think that's too horrible to go in a junk journal, and you could just tuck it right into a pocket and it would be kind of fun. Or it, you know, you could add a paper clip to these bigger ones too. It's just they're a little bit big for, they might weigh down your page if you did that. Right, now the little one, I think I have a little too much paper. This is just coffee stain or tea stain paper that I made and cut. And you just want to cut these pieces a tiny bit smaller than the back. And I know I didn't give you measurements on that, but that's really not, just a little bit smaller than that back piece is. So that's not that hard. Just get it in the middle. And remember to get, you know, closer to the bottom than the top so that you're flat. And I got a little crooked. But that's going to get covered, so I'm not that worried because I'm going to put some lace on that one. And this is Paper Studio, this paper right here. And that's mostly what I'm going to use for my next journal. So this will go in that journal. And this is just a little piece of scrap that I had that was from some Christmas something. It's kind of thin. I think it came out of those little, I can't remember, ATC cards or something they were called. I can't even remember. It's been a while. So I'm going to put a little glue on this. Yeah, you could get hooked on making these probably. They're just easy and fast and fun because you can decorate them. I mean, you could do a million things. You don't even have to do Christmas. You could do like Tracy Fox's butterflies or, you know, whatever. You could do a lot of different things on these. That would be fun. And this one. You could also glitter this, like I glittered the snowman in on that other little one, and I'll show you when I'm done with this so you can, because I know I just showed it to you for a second, but I put a little glitter, and you could do that with this snowman too. I just don't think I'm going to use a whole lot of glitter in that next album, so, or not album. You can tell I did scrapbooking for a while. I always say album, and I mean junk journal. This is a piece of Graphic 45. It's one of their stamps from one of their collections, and I've got it upside down. And I'm just going to put this one right about there. Just some layers to add some interest. And I think I'm going to put on one of these little white, like paper roses. I'm going to add a little glue. I just don't trust these sticky things all the time because some of them stick fine and other ones just don't, and then you end up losing your, you know, whatever you put on. That's no fun. Got glue in my finger. And then I'm just going to touch it a little with the ink so that it doesn't look so white. And this is the lace that I wanted to put down here. And I got glue on there. And I will trim it up and make sure that it, you know, fits across the bottom. I just want to make sure this lace gets glued down before I do that. And then this is the back piece. That's that same paper group as the yellow. It's kind of a thinner paper, so I hope this works with the paper clip, but we're gonna try it. I think since it's the back, it'll be okay. So I'm just putting a paper clip, just like our, you know, lots of people have done all the altered paper clip things, so this isn't news to anybody, but so yeah, I'll just put this on the back, and with that paper clip, you'll be able to hang it on a page. I just think it's kind of a fun little thing. I mean, obviously it's not a ton of paper, but just a fun little something to put in your junk journal. And then I think I want to add one of those bulb pins, but I'm going to trim this first. Now the lace is all stuck to the scissors. And I've only got silver and black, so I'm using the black ones because I figure, I don't know, I guess you could use silver, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you like, but with my little bells. And then I'm going to hang it right off the bottom down here. Maybe. Try not to mess up that lace because it's not totally dry yet. I didn't get that all the way. There we go. Oops, I think I'm going to have to turn it this way for this one. No, that's not going to work either. There we go. So that will dangle down on your page. I just think that's kind of cute. Fun little something. So I'll show you this one again, just so you can see the glitter, because I didn't point that out. There's just a little, oopsie, a little bit of glitter on that snowman. And you could do another little hanging down thing here, but see, that would be cute with the little bell hanging down onto the page. And this is in my Etsy shop, this junk journal. So if you're interested, I will put in a link below for that. So there's just a few fun little Christmas ideas. And like I said, you wouldn't have to do these for Christmas. You could do them for whatever you want. So I hope you have a great day, and if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe.